Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. How this self-proclaimed punk puts us all in danger. He called himself a punk. It's the #1 biggest word on the cover of his book. So I agree with him. He's a punk. Now, how many people just don't like this guy because of Facebook policies? And I'm not talking about Trump or Trump backers. I'm talking about all people who use Facebook. He puts us all in danger. Why does he do that? To maximize his own wealth. So, you think that's craziness? Well, after watching this video, you won't think it's so crazy. Courtesy of Statista. Why is it courtesy of Statista? Do I own stock in them? No. I just Googled social networks ranked by active users, and Google found this one first, so I put it in there. So according to Statista, and a lot of these ranking services have very similar or exactly the same numbers now. Now, it used to be that Facebook had, I think they claimed like 6 or 7 billion users, but that was like, that included everybody who ever thought of, maybe I should have a Facebook account. No, I guess it was, everybody that's ever had a Facebook account. But, something happened, with these ranking organizations where they've made it a little bit more believable, and they put in their own criteria, and that criteria might be social network users who have logged in the past 6 months. Let's just say that for an example. Okay, so that's why these numbers are all kind of standardized now, and you don't see 6 billion anymore, you see 2.74 billion. But what if that number wasn't right? Let's say 1/3 of the people, 1/3 of all Facebook users are fake accounts, where somebody goes in and creates, some Nigerian, and you'll see later why I say Nigerian, goes into Facebook and creates 150 accounts, 700 accounts in one day. That's how you get a lot of fake accounts, because 1 in 3 users were fake. So what would happen if they lost a significant amount of users because they actually started deleting fake accounts? Then YouTube would take over as #1. YouTube would be the king of social media, and they would get, the bulk of the advertising revenue. Nigeria. So Nigeria is the scam capital of the world. And why do I say that? Because I don't like Nigeria. I've never been to Nigeria. The only 2 people I've known in my life who were Nigerian were brothers and engineers and scholars, and that's how I met them. They were scholars. But Nigeria is the scam capital of the world. The internet says that. Just look up scam capital of the world and see what Google tells you. It's Nigeria. So on the left here we have the FBI and a sting operation to catch all these Nigerian scammers. If you want to, look on the right side of the screen, if you want to look up, why Nigeria is the scam capital of the world, you can just look it up, or look up Nigerian scams. On the right side, they're talking about this Nigerian prince scam. Maybe you've gotten emails about this where some Nigerian prince, there's a lot of princes in Nigeria, and some Nigerian prince is about to inherit, like $500 million, and they'll give you $1 million if you help them out. So, that's one scam that they have. But if you want to, it's not the purpose of this presentation to talk about the types of scams they have, but there are many. So on the 2 biggest scams they have going, Nigerians, are the sweetheart scams, where they a romance scam, whatever you want to call them, where Nigerians infiltrate social media sites or dating sites, and they look for people looking for love, and they take advantage of them. And then we have this prince scam on the right, which I already mentioned. So Nigerian scammers, they get caught in other countries. This happens to be Thailand. And, they get arrested. They get arrested and they get booked and they get sentenced and they go to prison. Because why? Because they're not protected by Nigeria. And they're scamming people out of millions of dollars and they're going to throw them in prison where they belong. So this goes back to that FBI sting operation. This was international. I'm not sure how many countries it involved. This happened in 2019, if you want to look it up. And they arrested maybe 70, 80, 90 Nigerians in various countries. And yeah, FBI, but the FBI was operating overseas also. So this is a multinational, international sting operation. And you'll see later on where some of these people were sentenced. Unfortunately for the world, most Nigerian scammers operate out of Nigeria, and they have nothing to worry about in Nigeria because Nigeria has, one of the most corrupt police forces in the world. And then, local police forces, they're all corrupt, and politicians are corrupt. The national government is corrupt, so they don't have to worry about anything in Nigeria because everybody makes money off of them. The police make money, politicians make money, and the national government makes money. So this is state-sponsored scam. $1 billion. It's a $1 billion industry, and it's state-sponsored. So I think, the Olympics are coming up here pretty soon, and the Olympic opening ceremonies are where they introduce the team and say, here's Nigeria, a country best known for, well, what is Nigeria known for? Scams, fraud, taking money from people. So that's how they should be introduced, if you ask me. I think we should get this going later on to talk to the broadcasters and say, hey, this is what Nigeria is known for. And, there are a lot of people in Nigeria who aren't scammers, but we don't hear from them. We don't know who they are. All we hear about is scams, Nigerian scams. It's everywhere. Nigeria, an African country best known as the scam capital of the world. That's how we should introduce their Olympic team. So if you are a Nigerian big boss, the person who owns all of these notebook PCs and hires all these people and makes them make, 700, send out 700 messages in a day so that they can make some money. If you're a big boss that owns all this stuff, what you should do is scam the easiest place in the world to scam, and that's Facebook. You can choose many types of scams, the sweetheart scams, the prince scam, but the easiest place to scam is Facebook, because Facebook does absolutely nothing to remove fake accounts, and they just let these scams go on forever and ever and ever. I found something after making this video where I found an account that's been around for several years and has thousands of followers, and God knows how many people they've scammed out of that one account, but it's fake. It's a fake account. Nobody's ever really taken a look at it before. So here I'll give you some examples of some fake accounts and tell you why they're fake. So let's take a look at this Rosemary. So Rosemary is a quasi-Asian looking, maybe in the eyes a little bit, and she has joined this group Meet and Date Vietnamese Women and post a couple pictures. Now I got this when it had 9 comments. Right away I noticed that this is a Nigerian scammer. So, and I grabbed a screenshot, but later there were over 100 comments because good looking girl in a Meet and Date Asian lady site, and it's going to get a lot of replies because all of these sites that I joined have several thousand at least members. So there's always going to be large amount of replies because, guys that are looking for Asian ladies are members of this site. So on the right, we see she's lives in San Diego, from San Diego, went to Stanford Graduate School of Business, so did I, has only 7 friends. So that's really unusual right there. You have somebody, you have an American who lives in San Diego and has only 7 friends. So that's a little bit alarming. And here, the topic across the top here, it doesn't matter how stupid you are. You could be any one of those guys laying on the floor in the photos that we saw earlier, typing 700 emails a day, and you can set up a profile like this. Just steal some photos, make up some cities, and you're good to go. So if we take a look at her, down on the bottom, you can see that picture. That's her main profile photo in the background. So you can just click on her main profile photo or the picture on the bottom and just right click and say Google search this for, search and find this photo somewhere else on the internet. And you can see this is a lady named Dasha Taran. Dasha is an Eastern European name. So she's Eastern European. Now, she happens to be Ukrainian, but she does have slightly Asian looking eyes, and that's because she's Eurasian. So she's probably from somewhere a little bit more east of Ukraine. Maybe, Kazakhstan or one of the stans, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, one of the stan countries I call. So, she's actually a Ukrainian model. So what I did was I decided to report this person. So this is how you report somebody. Always, always, always report them from the posting in the profile, not on their profile page. They're posting, their greeting in the profile, because that is where you might want to leave some evidence. You're not going to, if you post on their own profile and, leave something in their evidence for some reviewer to look at, nobody's going to see their own profile. They're going to see their postings in these groups. That's why they get, hundreds of comments in these groups. So if you choose report, you're going to see a bunch of options here. Nudity, violence, etc. Now keep in mind that the reasons that you see here are the buttons that you can choose here. These buttons determine what the bots do. So bots are, just little routines in Facebook, in the Facebook application, to look for stuff. So if you see something like terrorism, it's going to look for words in the posting that have something to do with terrorism, like maybe bomb, or something like that, or attack. So whatever option you pick here determines what the bots do, or which bots work. Now notice there's no little button here for fake profile. And why is that? There was one. Zuckerberg took it out. Now why would Zuckerberg take it out? Because of his wad of money. If he starts giving people, if he leaves that in there, I would imagine, this is something for the FBI to look at. I would imagine that when they had it in there, they just had too many people reporting fake accounts, and it affected their bottom line, so they removed it. This is something really that the FBI should look at. Go back and take a look at Facebook internal emails around that time period, and you'll see why they removed the fake profile button. So here I put the button in. So this is my button on the, on the right, fake profile. It used to be there. When it was there, they lost a lot of accounts, so they took it out. So when you do report something, you'll get this little message back. Thanks for letting us know about this. The post was reviewed, and although it doesn't go against one of our specific community standards means the button's on the right. Okay? You did the right thing by letting us know. Now I expanded this a little bit just so you don't think I'm hiding something. If you choose something else, then you get these screens on the right. The first one, it starts with examples, or it gives you examples of intellectual property, fraud, or scam. That's with the scroll bar up all the way. If you scroll it down all the way, you see the second page here, suicide or self-injury. So all of these are still buttons that control what the bots do. Okay, so I'm not hiding anything here. Fraud or scam might be what you want to choose, but whatever you choose, it doesn't matter. You're going to get the same message back. It doesn't go against one of our specific community standards. Thanks for doing the right thing by letting us know, but we know it's a fake profile, but we can't find proof of that because we're not looking for it. So here you can see on the left, and this is relatively fast. There were 7 comments before, now there's 10. I right-clicked on her picture and found all these photos of a girl named Dasha Taran. And I took that screen print and I put it in this posting that this person created. Why did I do that? To keep people from getting scammed and to put proof in the posting itself where I'm reporting it. So if I ask for a review, somebody should have the sense to see, hey, the guy that posted this, the guy that alerted us to this issue, posted something here, and it's a screen print of who this girl really is. Okay? So I say California girl with 7 friends and 2 profile pics. She's a Ukrainian model. So again, after the review, it came back and said, thanks for doing the right thing, but it doesn't go against our specific community standards. And we're not going to bother looking at your screen print and see that this girl's fake because Zuck doesn't want us to do that. He doesn't actually want us to delete profiles, ever. So here's another one. A girl named Jessica Lawrence, Thai Cupid dating. So this has 37 minutes ago, and there's already 32 comments. And if you go to the profile page, if you just right-click on her name and say, open profile, you can see that this profile was posted by a guy named Bleeze King. So that sounds a little bit Nigerian to me. It doesn't sound like a girl named Jessica Lawrence, right? So this person is from Detroit, Michigan. Lives in Detroit, went to the University of Michigan. Okay, that sounds, reasonable. But Bleeze King Valentine. And here I just blew this up so you can take a look at it. So you right-click on her photo, you find exactly the same photo. And this came from a little write-up on the West Coast somewhere. This is LA, so maybe LA Times or something. This girl is Eliza McLamb. She's a singer-songwriter. And somebody did an article about her, and that's where these Nigerians got the picture. So, and also if you look at her profile, sometimes Nigerians they're starting to get a little bit smart here. They'll hide their friends because they're all in Nigeria, and that might look suspicious if you're looking for a nice looking lady. And they'll hide their about page sometimes, but sometimes they get sloppy and they don't hide everything. So here under check-ins, you can see that this girl, Eliza, who's being represented as Jessica Lawrence, she's only been to 3 places as far as check-ins, okay? And all of them are in Nigeria. So this LA girl, she's a San Diego girl, she pops over to Nigeria every so often to go to lunch. Okay, so this is the insanity that you get. Now, anybody who's tasked with the responsibility of reviewing something after you say, hey, review this, I think it's a fake profile. Or I think something's, I think it's fraud or scam or something. They don't check the posting. They don't. Sometimes you'll see later examples where everybody below that, every response was, this is fake, 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 where everybody came back and said, this is a fake profile. They don't check that. Zuckerberg doesn't want them to ever delete a profile because these Nigerians are busy all day creating 70, 80, 90, 100, 200 fake profiles and sending out several hundred messages for each one. Zuckerberg likes his numbers to be 2.7 billion. He doesn't want them to go lower than that. And if you deleted all the fake profiles, a third of them would go. Bye-bye. So here, what did I put in here? I took the girl's picture and I said, fake, Nigerian named Bleeze King based in Nigeria. Okay, and I blew it up here so you could see what it says. So what happened? This is Zuckerberg's doing. I got blasted for hate speech. I'm reporting something here. Now, it could very well be that this Nigerian says, flagged my comment and said hate speech, and then the reviewer went by and said, you're right, that's hate speech. Actually, it's a fake profile, and we should delete the profile, but Zuck doesn't want us to ever do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to restrict the account for 30 days of the person that reported it. That's what Zuckerberg does. So you leave a comment there so other users in the group don't get scammed by this Nigerian, and you put proof in there, and what happens? You get zapped by, for hate speech by Zuckerberg's Facebook, guys, people. How is it possible that someone reporting a fake profile can get banned from Facebook for 30 days? It's possible, because that's what Zuck wants. He doesn't want to ever delete a profile. If he deleted all of his fake profiles, millions of them would go bye-bye, He doesn't ever want that to happen. He's barely ahead of YouTube. That's what this little jerk does, He doesn't ever want a profile to be deleted. Now, what I think is, sometimes these Nigerians, sometimes they use their own profile, like Bleeze King, you saw on the previous page. He just hides all of his pictures and all of his about stuff, and he posts one new picture of a blonde. Sometimes they actually create a new profile, and you need a new phone number to do that. But in Nigeria, you can go pick up a phone at some kind of, night market. It costs you, a couple dollars for a phone. So, sometimes they set up, 3 or 4 or 5 different fake profiles. Zuckerberg ought to be deleting all of those, plus the guy that made the fake profiles. But he doesn't do that because, that would be deleting, many profiles, and he doesn't want to see his number go down. So, for doing this, I get zapped. And you can see over here that I got your comment doesn't follow community standards. Your account has been restricted for 30 days. So that happened on March 5th, 2021. Happened on September 10th, August 24th, July 6th. This is just going back to last year. This is going back about a year, not even a year. July 1st, 2020. Why am I always getting blasted for hate speech? Because Zuckerberg doesn't like me. So here we'll follow another one. What is this? Your post doesn't go against community standards. Misinformation that could cause physical harm. What am I doing here? How much longer is Facebook going to get away with having uneducated, unemployable idiots evaluating posts of people that have 2 more master's degrees than they do? This story was printed by U.S. News and World Report. It doesn't need to be evaluated by somebody who can't get a job. So all I did was repost something that USA Today published, and I got zapped for hate speech. You see that? The left side of the arrow, August 24th, right side of the arrow, August 24th. Reposting something that USA Today posted, and I get zapped for 30 days. Okay. Here's another one. This is these dates don't exactly match because this policespecial.com was actually the day after. So on July 6th, I reposted something that policespecial.com posted. Okay. I got banned for 30 days for doing that. You can see on the left, here's my account restricted. People call this Facebook jail. And then on the right, the next day, July 7th, PoliceSpecial.com comes out and says we were banned for 24 hours. That's why the date is one day off. And they said, this message is for me. You shared content as PoliceSpecial.com that goes against our community standards. And that led to the screen on the left getting banned for 30 days, getting put in Facebook jail. But all I did was repost what they posted, and they spent 24 hours in jail. Why? Because they advertise on Facebook. So, anybody that advertises on Facebook isn't going to get deleted or banned for 30 days. That means they lose 30 days of revenue from advertising. So they put them in Facebook jail for a day, and then probably PoliceSpecial.com said review this, and then somebody at Facebook realized, oops, we banned a sponsor, so we better take care of that. Didn't do me any good. They got out of Facebook jail. I stayed in Facebook jail for 30 days. Once you get marked by bots and brainless, uneducated idiots who can't get a job, these people that work for Facebook that do these reviews are just uneducated idiots. They can't get a job. So they say, hey, I want to be a Facebook reviewer. And Zuck says, fine, here's the rules. Don't ever delete a profile. You can do anything else you want. Put people in Facebook jail when they report profiles as fake. So let's see some more Nigerian scams on Facebook. Now, this is a older picture here, it looks like, because the monitors are old, but Nigeria is not exactly, every library in Nigeria is not going to have the latest, greatest in computer stuff. But the reason I posted this is it says, notice, 419 mails, spam emails, email extractors are not allowed. 3 things are not allowed, okay? 419, what that means, 419 is actually the Nigerian legal code that says that you can't scam people. So officially, it's against the law in Nigeria. It's section 419. So, but keep in mind that, 10% of Nigerians' GDP comes from scams. We can't, what is it? Do you have anything in your house that says made in Nigeria? No. The reason Nigeria makes any money is because of scamming, and no politician is going to want that to ever, be affected. They don't want to see their GDP take a dive and their people not making enough money because they're actually enforcing their own laws. So here, why would a Nigerian scammer use his own account? So here we say in Vietnam dating, a girl named Dan Peterson. That sounds a little suspicious already. Danielle and Daniel are, names for men and ladies in English. So Daniel, the guy, would usually, his nickname would be Dan, and Danielle would be Danny. But this is Dan Peterson, a guy's name with a girl. And it was posted by somebody named Jaya May. Okay, so if you go take a look at Dan Peterson's email account, you see, sexy photos that are going to get men to comment and say, hey, I want to get to know this girl. The people who respond to these pictures aren't necessarily the brightest people in the world either. So why would you use your own account? Why would you be somebody named Jaya May who has a Facebook account? Now, this person went in and hid all of their stuff. They hid, everything that they could hide, like their friends, all the dead giveaways, because their friends are probably all Nigerian. Their photos are probably all Nigerian. Videos are all Nigerian. Underneath more, you see things like, activities and sports that you follow and, movies or, other interests. And that would be all blocked, So this person named Jaya May just hides her profile photos, steals a couple photos of a blonde or brunette. Maybe it's not even the same person. And they post something in a group, and the reason they post something in a group is start communicating with people so they can scam them out of all their money if they can. So here I blew this up so you could see it, Jaya May. And, more profiles, fake or not, is good for Zuckerberg. He does not want to see all of his fake profiles vanish because, 740 million would take him down to a tie with WhatsApp, and 740 million is, it's probably the number of fake accounts that Nigerians set up in a couple months. So he doesn't want to see his wad of money go down. He doesn't ever want a fake profile deleted. End of part 1. Appreciate your time. You should watch the rest of these videos because I'm going to unveil all of the tricks that these Nigerians use and show you how to recognize fake profiles. Okay? Thank you.